But without further ado then, ladies and gentlemen, let's get on with the sale today. It's lot number 201. Lot number 201 is this TVR Tuscan to be offered with no reserve today. Whilst the HPI indicates that the engine capacity is 4 litres, we believe that TVR may have had a 4.3 engine upgrade by performance powers at the cost of £7,000. It's a lovely car, looks great indeed. It's a great project for someone this winter. We're going to start here, you're in, online, at £3,000, straight away, no reserve. But I got commission bids here, we're going to go 3,500, 4,000, 4,500, £5,000, 5,500, 6,000, 6,500, £7,000 here. I have joint commission bids at £7,000, and that's where we start today, at £7,000 in the market and selling all the way. 7,500, my commission interest is out now at 7,500. Your next bid's 8,000 if you're coming in. At 7,500 on the telephone here. At 7,000, 7,500. At 7,500, it's gonna sell today. Have a good look at this one, don't miss out. 8's bid, online bidder now at £8,000. Welcome in Bridgend, it's with you at £8,000. At 8,000 online. At 8,000, we'll take the quarters if it helps. 8,250's bid. At 8,250 here, first lot of the day. It's gonna sell today, so make no mistake when bidding. At 8,250, 8,500's back in. Bridgend, you're back at 8,500. At 8,500. 8,750, Tim's telephone now. At £8,750 is the bid here on the telephone. At 8,750, 9 if you're coming back in now. Are we finished? Are we done? Last chance. Fair warning, 9's bid. At 9,000 now. Online bidder, new bidder this time, county down, you're in at £9,000, take 250 again. 250's back on the telephone, thanking you. At £9,250 is the bid here. At 9,250, 9,250. Would anyone else like to come in for 9,500? Anyone else in the room like to have a go? At 9,250, 9,500's back in. New bidder again, at £9,500 is the bid. At 9,500. 9,750, telephone nods away. At 9,750 is bid. At £9,750 the bid now with Tim on the telephone. At 9,750. Are we finished and done online? Would you like to go again? There was a few of you there. If you wish to bid, now's your chance. At 9,750, we're looking for the internet. It's on the telephone. 10,000. Thank you for coming back in online. At £10,000. At 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. 250 again. 10,250's bid. Thanking you. At £10,250 is the bid here. At 10,250, 10,250. At £10,250 is the bid now at 10,250. Online, would you like to go again? At 10,250, are we all done? We'll put the hammer up. It's gonna sell here. Lot number 201, the first lot of the day at 10,250. We're looking for you now online. The bid's on the telephone once. The bid's on the telephone twice. And it sells at £10,250. So, 10,250, thank you. Right then, moving down to lot number 209, 1994 Subaru. And what can you tell us about this, Steve?
All kinds of things, Tom. You come along to Manor Park and you expect to see cars. 80s hot hatches, 60s two-seater roadsters, maybe 90s Luxor barges. But some of you will be saying to yourselves, Barry, what even is that? Well, I'll tell you. It's a little car with a big name. It's a Subaru Justy GL ECVT four-wheel drive. Now, let's unpack that name. Electronic, continuously variable transmission. So, I hear from the lads here that have driven it, more like a DAF Variomatic or a Rev and Go scooter than a traditional automatic transmission. You just press the go pedal and it goes. And by the way, it's got quite peppy performance. It's also four-wheel drive, and we reckon there are 5 left in the UK. Now, I used to see these regularly when I used to go enduro biking up in the South Lakes in the early 90s. The farmers' wives up there love them. Hubby would go along and get himself a nice Suzu Trooper, remember when they were the big thing, and the lady of the establishment would get herself one of these because they'll go anywhere. They'll take 2.4 children in the back, no problem. It's a hatchback. You get the shopping in there. This is the GL. And what did you get for that? Did you get all sorts of fancy stuff? Alloy wheels and... No, you got wheel trims, mud flaps, and a Clarion radio cassette player, but you didn't get speakers in the back, so there must have been a trim level above this, which would have given you those speakers on the rear parcel shell. You could sort that out for yourself. But let's get to the nub of this. The appeal of this car is in its unexceptional nature. I mean, anybody can have an E-Type or a 911, but how many people do you know that have got a 1994 with only 18,000 miles on the clock and an absolutely clean brand new MOT Subaru Justy GL ECVT four-wheel drive? How many people, Tom?
Oh, not many, I wouldn't imagine, but we're going to find out. There could be a new owner. Well, there's going to be a new owner today because it's being sold with no reserve. It's here to go. I had bids of a 500, 1,000, 1,500. Online's gone 1,750, 2,000, 2,250. We'll say 2,500 next if you wish to come in. At 2,250 is the bid here online, 2,500. At 2,005, welcome to you in Surrey. At £2,500, the bid is yours. At 2,005. At 2,000, £2,500, would you like to go to 750 now? At 2,005. At 2,000, 2,500 is the bid here online. Are we finished and done? It's to be sold. At 2,005. 2,750's back in. At £2,750, Lincolnshire bidder. At 2,750, the bid is yours at the minute. At 2,750. Surrey, would you like to go through? At 2,750 is bid. At £2,750, would anyone else like to come in on this one? At £2,750, the bid is here online. At 2,750, 2,750. Are we finished and done? At 2,000. Freeze bid. Thank you very much, sir. At £3,000. Gentleman's bid sneaking in the room at £3,000. Thank you for your bid. At 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. Online, would you like to go 250 again? At £3,000. At 3,000, 3,000. I'll take 100s now. We'll sell to the nearest £100 on this one at £3,000. Got to be fair to the gentleman in the room there. The hammer's up for the first time. 3 1s back in Surrey. At 3,001. At 3,131, would you like to go 3-2? At £3,100. The bid is here online at 3,001. Are we finished and done then? At 3,000, 3,100. I'm going to put the hammer up. 3 2s bin. Thank you, Will. At 3,002. Lincolnshire bidder now. At £3,200. The bid is with you. At 3,002. At 3-2, 3-2, 3-2. Finished and done then. Last chance, fair warning this time. The bid is here online. At 3,200. Hammers up. At 3,200 once. At 3,200 twice, and we sell, this time, online at £3,200. Sold at 3-2, 692's way, thank you. And we move down to lot number 214. It's probably one of my favourite vehicles. I've had a good look around the sale room today, and I absolutely love this thing. Little money these are, these Aston Martins now. You get so much machinery for such little price as well. And got several commission bids that I'm not surprised about either. It is the 2006 Aston Martin Vantage V8. It's a lovely V8 coupe, this one. And I'm going to say, starting off with my commission bids at the minute, not going to mess around, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, £20,000 we start. Say 1 if you're coming in. It's in the market from the word go at £20,000. Look at all that vehicle you're getting there. At 20,000. At 20,000, 20,000. At £20,000 is the bid now at 20,000. We'll take 500s if you wish to come in. It's on the sheet with me at £20,000 and in the market sale, 20,005. Gonna have to go 21 to me. Say 21.5 next. At £21,000 my bid. At 21, 21.5. 22, but one more might do it. At 22,000, shakes the head. At £22,000, 22.5. My commission interest is over. The bid is online now at 22,005. At 22,500 is bid. With you in Essex. Lovely car this is. At 22,005. Are you sure, sir? At 22,005. At 22.5, are we finished and done? We're going to sell to the online bid then at 22,500. Are we all finished and done? At 22,500 once. At 22,500 twice, and 23's in. At 23.23. At £23,000, the bid is here with you online. Berkshire bidder now at £23,000. Would you like to go again online? Or anyone else in the room? At 23,000 is the bid. Are we finished and done? At £23,000 once. At 23,000 twice. Selling this time at £23,000 with the online bid at 23,000. Sold at 23,000, 3557. Moving down the list we go to lot number 215. Lot number 215 is the very first one of our pedal cars today. And I'm going to go over to you, Steve.
Now, Tom, it's not often that I'm going to say that I feel like Val Doonican, but sitting here next to the twinkling Christmas tree lights, I'm feeling distinctly festive, but don't worry, I am not about to break into song. Instead, I'll tell you a little bit about Triumph toys. They were started just after the Great War in 1919 by three brothers, the Line brothers, and that's where the Tri comes from in Triumph. They initially made their success with toy trains and with die-cast cars. Spot on. That was a Lines brothers range of toy cars. Now, in a previous life, I produced a documentary about the history of Hornby trains. So I know that Hornby was successful because, unlike continental manufacturers, Hornby made model trains that looked like the real trains. And while there were pedal cars from Europe, cheaply made ones, Triumphs actually looked like the real cars. The European ones tended to have a generic appearance. But you know what young lads are like, because most of us have been one. We wanted one that looked like the real thing. And amongst the Triumph range, this was the best looking of the lot. A Triumph chrome-plated E-Type Jag. Hey, at this time of year, a lot of us are wondering what to get our significant others. And we've done everything. So what do you get for the woman that has everything? How about saying, darling, I've bought you a handmade, open-top British sports car from the 1960s. Go on.
Right. Come on then, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the bids going on these. Christmas time's coming. We're straight in at £200. 3. 4's my bid, though, at £400 with me. Say 5. 5's bid. My commission interest is out. Anyone else like to go 6? Look at it there with its chromized colour as well. At 500 is the bid online. At 500, 6. 600's bid on the telephone now with Nick. At £600. They're going to all be sold today, no reserve, at £600 telephone bid. We'll say 50s now, won't go any lower. Would anyone like to come in Jag E-Type here? At £600 is the bid on the telephone. 650, 650's bid, West Midlands bidder, at £650. At 650, 650, 650. 700 telephones back in. Thank you, Nick. At £700, the bid is here on the telephone. At 700, 700. 50 again if you're coming back in online. At 700, 700, are we finished and done here? At £700, would anyone else like to come in for one more? At 700, are we finished and done then? We're going to sell the telephone's way at 750's back in. At 750, 750. At £750 is the bid now at 750. Are we finished and done? 8's bid, telephone bidder back in, thanking you on the phones. At £800, the bid is yours. At 800, 800, 800. Last chance online. Would you like to come back in for one more? At £800, we're on the telephone. At 850, if you're coming back in now. At 800 once. Finished and done. 50's back in. At £850, West Midlands bidder thanking you. It's with you again. At £850 is the bid online. At 850, 850, 850. Shakes the head on the telephone. You might have done it online. At £850 is the bid here then with the online bidder. At 850, 850, 850. I'll take 75 if it brings them back in, Nick. At £850. We'll go in 25s on some of these pedal cars. I don't mind. At £850 is the bid. Hammers up then. We're selling this time once to the online bidder, twice to the online bidder. Finished and done. At £850, it's going. and gone at 850. Next one, 228, probably my second favorite in the sale. Absolutely love this. 1995 Skyline GT-R. It's the desirable V-Spec 1 model as well. Have a good look at this one, ladies and gentlemen. Bidding's climbing already. I'm not surprised. Great machines these are. Manual as well. Understood to have been restored over the last 5 years. You're in at 20,000. I'm going to have to go 21, 22. 22's my bid. At 22, say 23 if you're coming in. 23, my commission interest is out at £23,000 and it's in the market to be sold today at £23,000. At 23,000 with the online bid, 24, gentleman's bid here. At 24, make it 5 if you're coming back in online, £25,000. 26, thank you. At 26,000. At 26, At £26,000 here. At £26,000. This will compete with most cars as well. Monstrous machine at 26,000. I'll take 500 if anyone wants to come back in. Your bid at 26,000, 26.5. 27? 27's back in, thanking you. At 27,000, your bid. At 27, online, would you like to go 5 again? At £27,000 for the mean machine. At 27,000, are we finished and done? 27.5, as soon as I picked up the hammer, sir. At 27.5, 28, thank you for coming back in, appreciate it. At £28,000, gentleman's bid. At 28,000. Online, make it nice and quick if you want to go again. At 28,000, hammers up. At 28,000 once. At 28,000 twice. 28.5. Almost at it then, sir. At 28,005. At 28.5, you've been a good bidder. Would you like the quarter? 28,750? Yes, 28,750. Thank you very much, sir. At 28,750. I'll do the favor because you've made the effort to come to the room today. At 28,750, the bid is yours once, twice, finished and done. Last chance online, selling at 28,750. Yours. Thank you very much. 236. 20 list we go to lot number 260, 1965 Daimler V8, and over to Steve.
You're looking at this one and you're thinking, that is a really nice Mark II Jag, but this isn't a Mark II Jag. This is a Daimler. In fact, it was the first Daimler to be built with a unit body. It was the last Daimler to be built with a Daimler engine. And this is all about that engine. It's a 250. It's got the Edward Turner designed 2.5 litre V8 with hemispherical heads. That's right. This quintessentially British sporting saloon car has got a Hemi, just like those American muscle cars. It's an absolute jewel of an engine. This car is beautifully finished in opalescent green with matching beige leather interior. And because it's a Daimler, it's a little bit ritzier and it's a little bit more refined. It's got these fluted, chrome-plated decorations. It's got the wire wheels, which sometimes can look a bit superfluous on a Mark II Jag. I'm not knocking the Mark II. Oh, by the way, did you know that Inspector Morse driving a Mark II Jag was meant to be, you know, it wasn't meant to be good. It was meant to make him seem like he was a bit up himself. And of course, nobody wants to be up themselves, do they? Don't be like him. Instead, get the thinking man's Mark II Jag, a Daimler V8-250.
Wow, and bidding has gone absolutely through the roof straight away. Online started at 3, 3.5, 4, 4.2, 4.4, 4.6, 4.8. I'm going to have to go £5,000 with me on the book at 5, and I'll take 2 if you're coming back in. 5.2. My commission interest is out now at 5,200. The bid is online, and we're in the market. 5.4. 5.4, gentleman's bid, not you online, just to be clear. At 5,004, they did bid at the same time, but I took your bid, sir, at 5,004. At 5.4, 5.4, 5.4. Would anyone like to go 6, 5.6, 5.8? At 5,008. At 5,008, 6 is bid. At £6,000. Take 1, 6.1. 6.1's bid. 6.2's back in. 6.3. At 6,003, 6.4, 6.5, 6.6. Gentleman's out. Online bid here at £6,600. South Yorkshire bidder there at 6,700, it's gone on. Newport now at 6,700. At 6,700, would anyone like to go 6,800? 6,800 telephones in. At 6,008, 6,900's next. 6,900's bid, thanking you online. £7,000. At 7,001. At 7,100 is bid. Online's going up at 7,001. Would anyone like 7,200? Thank you, sir, back in. At 7,200, 7,300, they're quick and keen online. At 7,003, 7,400. 7,400's bid. At 7,005. I'll come back to you in a minute, sir. At 7,005. At 7,500. At 7,500 is the bid now at 7,005. It's off to Newport at the minute at 7,005. One more? 7,600 back in, thank you. At 7,700, they're very keen. At 7,007. At 7,007's bid. 7,800, thank you again, sir. At 7,008. Yeah, I think telephones are going to come in a minute. Yeah, 7,900. 8,000, thank you. At £8,000. 8,100. You've beat online, but you've got the telephones to compete with now at 8,001. Are we finished? I'll tell you what, I'll do you a favor. 8,150. 8,150. 8,200. 8,200. 8,300, thank you, we'll stay there. 8,003. 8,400. At 8,004. 8,500. 8,600. At 8,006. 8,700, Damien's telephone. Phones against phones as well at 8,008. Newport bidders keen on this one, you're in at 8,008. At 8,800, 8,900. At 8,009, 9. Can we say 9,200? Still feel like there's a little way to go. At £9,000, lots of bidders and lots of interest coming in. At £9,000, online, either telephone. At 9,000. At £9,000, as the 200 scared them off. At £9,000. We're still on Tim's telephone. Are we finished and done? At £9,000, I'll take two if anyone wants to come in now. At £9,000, Tim's telephone once. Twice. 9,200. 9,200. Oh, 9,200. 9,400. Would you come back in on the telephones? Almost had it then. At 9,002. At 9,002. All right, 9,300. 9,300. At 9,300 is the bid now on the phones. At 9,003. Are we finished and done online? At 9,300, hammers up once, hammers up twice, selling this time on Tim's telephone at 9,300, finished and done. 93, 1988, Ford Escort RS Turbo. Look at this one, lovely, stunning Escort this is. Looks great in its white color as well. Beautiful Escort indeed. You're in at 8, I'm in at 9. At 9,000, 10, 11's bid with me. At 11,000 now. At 11,000, 11,000. At £11,000 is the bid now at 11. 12 if you're coming back in. 12, thank you. 13's my bid. At 13,000, 13,000. At £13,000 is the bid now at 13. 14's bid. 15 with me. And in the market from this point at £15,000 we sell today. I'll take 500s now. At £15,000. Commission bid with me. At 15,000, 15,000. 15,500. 15,500. Welcome in Ireland. You're in and I'm out. At 15,500 is your bid. 16,000 now. At 16,000, South Yorkshire bidder now. At £16,000. Go 5 again if you're coming back in. At 16,000, 16,000. At £16,000 is the bid. 16,500. 16,500 Ireland. Thank you again at 16,500. At 16,500, 16,500. At 16,500, would anyone like to go 17 now? At 16,500, are we finished? Are we done? At 16,500 the bid. I'll take the quarter now. Lowest increment we'll go to today. At 16,500. Take 750 if you're coming in. Hammers up. At 16,500 pounds here to sell today. At 16,500 once. At 16,500 twice. It sells this time to the bidder in Ireland at 16,500. Finished and done. £16,500. Moving on to lot number 274 next, then lot number 274 this time. 1974 in the year is the Triumph TR6. Only two former keepers with us this one, only two former keepers there on the TR6, and we're going to go straight in. 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 pounds we start. At 10,000 now, with my commission interest here at 10,000 pounds. At 10,000, 10,000. Would you like to go 11? At 10,000 pounds, I'll tell you what, we'll take 10,500 if it, no need. 11, would you go 11,500, sir? 11,500, gentleman's bid. My interest is out at 11,500. Online, needs to be 12 if you're coming back in. At 11,500, gentleman's bid seated at the front. At 11,500, are we finished and done online? I'll take 12. 12's bid, local bidder there at the Merseyside bid at 12. Would you like 12.5, sir? 12,500, thank you. At 12,500. We sell today, hammers up, at 12,500 now. At 12,000, 12,500, gentleman's bid, make it 13 if you're coming back in online. It's now or never. Got to be fair to the gentleman at the front, and 12,500 pounds once. At 12,500 pounds twice, I'm selling this time to the 13,000. 13's bid, at 13,500. 13,500, we tried. At 13,000, 13,000. 500's bid. 13,500 is your bid. I'm looking for 14 online. Gentleman's bid here at 13,500 pounds. You coming back in for one more. If not, we're selling once. We're selling twice. Gentleman's bid at 13,500 pounds. Finished and done in selling. Your bid, 13,500 pounds. 276 and lot number 276. Another BMW in today's sales. A 1997 BMW Z3. 1.9 convertible there. What do we got? MOT July 2026, 14,000 miles on the clock. That's it, only 14,000 there. Huge amount of paperwork, totally original. Factory hardtop included as well. We're straight in at 5,000. Thank you if you're on my bids. Two matching bidders online, jumping in at 5. I'll say 5,250, 5,250. Thank you very much online. That saves a problem there. At 5,250 is the bid. At 5,250, 5,500, 5,500 down front. Thank you, sir. At 5,005. 5,750. Would you like 6? 6,000 pounds. We're selling today at 6,000 pounds. Make no mistake. 6,250. 6,250. 6,500. At 6,500 is the bid now. 6,750. At 6,750 is the bid. At 6,750 pounds with you at the minute in Surrey at 6,750. Would you like 7? One more might do it. You never know. At 6,750, the bid is here online. Last chance in fair warning. Hammers up. Where to? Here, sir. Thank you. 6,750, 7,000, gentleman's bid. Thank you again. At 7,000, 7,000, 7,000. 250's back in. At 7,250 pounds is the bid. Shakes the head. At 7,250, we're selling online, so make no mistake now. At 7,250, hammers up once. Hammers up twice, finish and done. We sell this time online at £7,250. Sold it your way, 5,464, 5,460. To lot number 292 is a 1954. It's the Riley RME. Charming for 71 years old as well. Look at that, 71 years old. What great condition that is for 71 years old. You're in at 3. I'm in at 3.5 and 4. At 4,500 now, 5. 5's bid with me at 5. At 5,000, 5,005. 5,005. I'm going to have to go 6,000 to me. Go 5 again. At 6,000 pounds is the bid. At 6,000, 6,005. 7,000 my bid. I will take the quarter now at 7,000 pounds. Would you like another 250? It's in the market to be sold. 7,250. Takes my commission interest out. You're in online. At 7,250 is the bid. Next bid, 7.5 if anyone wishes to come in. But we are in the market and we are here to sell. At £7,250 is the bid now at 7,250. Are we finished and done? I'm going to count it down now. At 7,250 once, twice, finished and done. We sell this time to the online bid at £7,250. 7306 is way. Moving down the list we go this time then. Lot number 293 is the 1988 Renault 5. I love this thing. Another little fast pocket rocket, this one. GT Turbo, legendary French hot hatch there. And they're going to go straight in at 5, 5.5, and £6,000 we start. At 6,000 now. At 6,500, 7. 7.5 if you're coming in. 7.5 you do. At 7,005. At 7,575 and £8,000. At 8,000, 8,000. Your bid online at 8,500 now. At 8,005. At 8,500 is the bid. At 8,005. Coming in for the 9. At 8,005. 9. 9,000's bid. 9.5 again it goes on. At 9,005. 10,000 will you? At £9,500 is here online. Would anyone like to go 10? 1988 in the year as well. 10,000's bid. Not surprised. Great machine this is. At just £10,000. 10,500's back in. At 10.5. At 10,005. Next bid's 11 if you wish to go one more. At 10,005. At 10,000, 10,500 are we finishing done then? Last chance in fair warning. The bid is here online. I'll tell you what. We'll take 11. We'll go for the quarter now. Almost. At 11,000, 11,250. Thank you online. We'll stay in the 250s now. At 11,250 is your bid here. Online bidder at the minute. In Cumbria is with you at 11,250. Would anyone like to go 11,500? At 11,250, 11,250. Are we finishing done? At 11,250, 11,500. Didn't think so. At 11,500. 11,750. £12,000. And at £12,000, the hammer's now up. We're selling today at £12,000. At 12,000, 12,000, 12,000. We'll take 250s again, though, if you're coming in. 12,250, thank you. At 12,250. Your bid here in Cumbria again at £12,250. Underbidder, would you like 12,500? At 12,250, then, the hammer's up once. At £12,250, the bid is here online. Twice. And selling this time at 12,212.5. At 12,005. At 12,500, 12,500, 12,500. Underbidder, would you like to come back for one more? We'll start counting it down again. At 12,500, the bid is online in Nottinghamshire this time. At 12,500 once. At 12,500 twice. And selling 12,750. 12,750 is the bid. At 12,750, you coming back in for 13. Are you going to wait for the countdown again? At 12,750 once. Twice. Finishing done then. We're selling, make no mistake, underbidder at £12,750. Sold it at 12,750. Next one we go to, 294. Another one of the Porsches in today's sale. This one is the 2002 Porsche 911 Targa. Iconic German sports car. Upgraded with the IMS as well. There's lots of stuff included on this one. Have a good look, flick through. Showing automatic November next year, 26 as well for the MOT. Highly optioned as well in original specification. And we're going to go straight in at 5, 6, 7, 8 bid. We're going to have to go 8.5 and £9,000 and we'll take 5 again at £9,000. Take 5 if you wish to bid. At 9,000, but we're in the market today, so make no mistake on this one. At 9,000, 9,000, 9,000. At £9,000 is the bid now at 9. At 9,000, 9,000, finishing done. We'll take 250 if it helps you out, and then we'll go in the quarters. We shouldn't need to, but as soon as it's in the market, I'll take one more. 9,250, thank you, underbidder. You're in, but 9,500's back to me. At 9,500. At 9,500, 9,750's bid. Ireland, you're in, but not for long. 10,000 back to me. One more might do it, though. At £10,000 is the bid. At 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, are we finishing done? We're on the commission book with me, and it's selling today, so make no mistake. Would anyone like a quarter now? At £10,000, are you sure and done? At 10,000 once, 10,250. You'll be glad to know online, I'm out, and you're in. Lancashire bidder at £10,250 is the bid now at 10,250. Here to be sold, so make no mistake. If you're coming back in anywhere else, at 10,250, the bid then once. At 10,250 the bid then twice. Hammers up and away it goes. 10,500. 10,500. They love the drama today at 10,005. At 10,500 is bid. At 10,005. Cheshire bidder as well, out of nowhere at £10,500. At 10,500. At 10,005. Are we finished and done online? It's your last chance in fair warning. Hammers up. Once, twice, selling to the online bid. It goes this time at £10,500. Sold at 10,005, 1746. Moving on to lot number 295s up next. It's the 2003 in the year, Volvo V70. It's the R edition as well. Don't find many of these in the UK. Registered manual gearbox as well. Starting away, 2.5, 3. Gonna go 3,250 with, go on then, 3,500 take it, and I'm in at 3,750. 3,750 with me. Take 4 if you're coming in online. At 3,750 is my commission bid now. At £3,750, 4. I'm out, you're in online. At 4,000 is the bid now at 4. At £4,000. At 4,000, 4,000, 4,000. Local bidder again at 4,000, 4,250's bid. 4,250 and 4.5. Thank you there. Warwickshire now at 4,005, your bid. 4,500, 4,750. Cheshire's back in at 4,750. Would you like to go 5 anywhere else? At 4,755. At 5,000, 5,000. Hammers up again, so make no mistake now. At £5,000, 250. 5,250 back in now, 5,250. It sells today, so make no mistake. At 5,250, would you like to go 5,500? At 5,250 once. 5,500 back in now, 5,005. At 5,500 the bid. 5,750 coming back in for 5. Go 6. At 5,750 is the bid. 6,000's next if you're coming in. At 5,750 the bid. Make no mistake here. Lovely Volvo estate. At 5,750, 6. 6,000 thanking you online. At £6,000 is your bid at the minute in Warwickshire. At £6,000. At 6,250 back in now Cheshire. At 6,250 is the bid. At 6,250, 6,250. Finished and done. Last chance in fair warning. This time and away it goes. At 6,250 once, twice. Finished done. 5. At 6,005. At 6,000, 6,005 is your bid. At 6,500 the bid now, 6,005. Finished and done. Last chance in fair warning. Hammers up and away it goes. 6,750's bid. At 6,750 is the bid now at 6,750. Make it 7 if you wish to go again. It's your last chance in fair warning. This time and away it goes. Online bid has it at 6,750 once, twice. Finished and done. Whoa, that was so close to going down then online. 7,000 back in and 250. Thank you for your fast bidding in Cheshire at 7,250. Make it quick again if you're coming back in now online. At 7,250 is the bid here online. Bid has it at once, twice, selling £7,250. Finished and done 7,250. Sold it 18970, 18970, your bid there. On the list we go to lot number 8, 1992 Honda CBR 900 Fireblade. And over to you, Steve.
Well, Tom, if we talk about classic bikes, then to a lot of people, that's probably best embodied by a bike like the BSA Rocket Gold Star we have over there, the Norton Commando, or perhaps even the RD400 LC. But here is the definitive modern classic motorcycle, the Honda Fireblade, a real game changer. People say that. They don't mean it. They don't really understand what it's about. This bike changed the game. 5 pounds heavier than a CBR 600, 75 pounds lighter than an FZR 1000 Yamaha. That's what it was all about with the Blade. Power to weight, and it changed the game. Now, you'll see bikes like this that have been modified and they've had a hard life. You'll see bikes like this that are standard and they've had a hard life. What you won't see is a bike that's done 26,300 miles like this one, is completely standard as it left the Honda factory and is in almost unbelievably good condition. Whoever had this bike, buy it, they didn't half look after it. It's attracted a ton of attention because to find one completely standard in this condition is really rare. And that's why there's going to be a lot of interest in this classic bike, the Honda CBR 900 RR. Don't forget all the R's, Tom, the Fireblade.
RR indeed. And since you've been talking there, Steve, it started off at about £100 and it's already online. It's gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700, 800, 900, £1,000 is bid. Then my interest comes in at 1,200, 1,400, 1,600, 1,800, 2,000, 2,002, 2,004, £2,600 is where we start. Lots and lots of interest on this bike. At 2.8 and 3,000's my bid. At £3,000, 3.2. At 3,002, I'm going to have to go 3.4, 3.6 with me. At 3,006, go 3.8 online. I'm out now, you're in. At 3,800 with your bid in Northamptonshire now. At 3,008, it's going to sell today. At 3,000, 3,800 is the bid here at 3,008. Would you like to go 4? 4 you do. Online in Devon is with you now at £4,000. At 4,000. At 4,000, 4,000. We'll go in hundreds if it helps you out. We'll sell to the nearest 100 on this bike at £4,000. Go 1 if you're coming in. At 4,000, 4,000 is the bid now online in Devon at £4,000. At 4,000, 4,000, 4,000. Would anyone like one more? For 1 you do. Lancashire bidder, you're in now at 4,001. At 4,1 is the bid. On the Fireblade here at 4,001. Coming in 2. At 4,000, 4,100 is the bid. We'll pick the hammer up online if you're going to bid. Now's your chance. 4.2, thanking you. 4.3? 4.3, gentleman's bid. 4,300. We're here in Runcorn at £4,300. Gentleman's bid at 4.3. Online, looking for you now. Or anyone else in the room wants to come in for another bid at 4,003. Are we finishing done? 4.4 if you're coming back in. 4.4, thank you online. 4.5 at 4,005. Thank you for your fast bid, sir. At 4,500 is your bid now. At 4,005. At 4,000, 4,500. Hammers up then for the first time on this one. At 4,005 and 4.6 is bid. 4.7. 4.7's back in. Gentleman's bid at £4,700. Coming in for 4.8 online. We look for you now. At 4,007 then. Hammers up this time at £4,700. 4.8. 4.9. Thank you again. At 4,009. Coming in for the 5 online. At 4,900. At 4.9 is the bid. Are we finishing done then? At £4,900 is your last chance in fair warning. We're going to sell once at £4,900. Twice. Finishing done then. Gentleman's bid, £5,000. 5.1 straight back in. At 5,001. Would you like to go 2? At 5,000, 5,100 is the bid. Are we finishing done then? Last chance in fair warning. We're going to sell this time at 5,100 once. 5,100 twice. 5.2. I'm trying, sir. 5,002. Would you like to go again? 5.3. Gentleman's back in at 5,300. Thank you for your bid. At 5,003. Online, make it nice and quick if you're coming back in. At 5.3. At 5,000, 5,300 once. At 5,300 twice. And it sells this time then at £5,300. Your bid, sir. Is that 158? Number 10. Is this motorcycle trailer then? It's the custom-built motorcycle trailer. If you're buying a couple of bikes in this sale and you wish to push it on, you wish to get to them home, look at this here. Lovely, lovely looking trailer. You're in straight away. 600, 700. I'm in at 800, 900, £1,000 is bid. 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm going to have to go 15 here. 16's my bid. Would any of you like to go 17? 17, 18. One more. 19. I'm out. You're in at £1,900. Gentleman's bid. At 1,900. At 1,900, 1,900. It's in the market. It's going to go today at £1,900. Would anyone else like to come in for 2,000? At 1,900, 1,900. At 1,900, are we finished and done then? Last chance in fair warning. If you're coming in now online, is your chance. 2's bid. 2,000. We'll stay in the hundreds if it helps. At £2,000 is the bid now at 2,000. With you in West Yorkshire now at £2,000. At 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. Are we finished? Are we done? Would you like to go again? At £2,000, the last chance in fair warning this time then. The hammer's up then at £2,000. We're going to sell online. Are you sure? At 2,000 once, 2,000 twice. Selling this time online at £2,000. Sold with you online at 2,01764. Lot number 64, 1981, the Yamaha RD400. And it's the last time you'll probably hear from him today. So over to you, Steve.
The legend that is the Yamaha RD400. Twin carburetors, twin cylinders, air-cooled, about 45 brake horsepower. Yes, that's all they had, 45 brake horsepower, but still, back in the day, that was a big deal. And it's still a quick motorcycle. People get all obsessed with like hundreds of horsepower and all this business. 45 horsepower, and this thing went like a rocket. 7-spoke cast wheels. This bike is a project that's kind of, what, 3/4 of the way through the restoration. We've got loads of spares with this one to finish it off. I quite like the bars on this one. They're a bit sort of dropped down, almost like a sort of race bars, more like ace bars. So as we say, a running project that needs finishing off. These bikes, of course, are starting to fetch strong money, but this is perhaps today a way into one of these that's a more affordable way and a very simple project you can finish off on those cold winter nights, Tom.
It's very, very well desired as well, this one, because there's loads of bids online, loads of bids on the book. It's going off. It's in online. I'm going to go with your bid at 2,000. I'm going to go 2,2 with me, 2,4, 2,6, 2,8, 3,000, 3,2, 3,4, 3,6 is where I start on my book at 3,006. Go 3,8 then at 3,008 with me. At £3,800 with my commission bidder at the minute. At 3,000, 3,800 is straight in the market now. It's going to sell today at 3,008. At 3,000, 3,800 pounds is the bid now at 3,008. No messing around. Lots of commission interest, both online and on my book. At 3,800 pounds is the bid at the minute. At 3,008, I'll tell you what, I'll take 3,900 if it helps. At 3,008. At 3,800 pounds is the bid. Would anyone like to go 3,900? At 3,000, 3,800 pounds is the bid now at 3,008. 3,900 if you're coming in. At 3,800 pounds is the bid now at 3,008. 3,900. 4,000 back to me. At 4,000 pounds. Go one again if you're coming back in. At 4,000 pounds is the bid now at 4,000. At 4,000, 4,000, 4,000. Are we finished and done here? It's going to sell today, so make no mistake when it comes to it. At £4,000 is the bid. Take 4-1 if anyone wishes to go again. But at £4,000, the hammer's up this time then. Make no mistake. If you're coming back, it's now or never online. At 4,000 once. At 4,000 twice. All done, all dusted, and selling with my commission bidder then at £4,000. Sold at 4,000. My commission interest, I think that is 6.